Hey Life Youth, my name is Shay. I am the middle school small group leader, middle school boys small group leader, and I'm also an intern with Life Youth, which means that I care about you guys and I want to learn how to be able to teach you and share the Bible with you. In that regard, I'm really excited today to get to continue our series about the followers of Jesus and talk about the disciple Thomas. So today we're going to talk about Thomas. Thomas was a disciple of Jesus. He followed him for 3 years and he was sent out by Jesus. After Jesus was crucified and he rose to life, he appeared to all his disciples except for Thomas, because Thomas wasn't there at the time. The others told Thomas about Jesus as soon as he came back, but Thomas had a hard time believing something that he couldn't see. Let's check it out in John chapter 20, verses 24 through 29. It says, "Now Thomas, also known as Didymus, one of the 12, was not with the disciples when Jesus came. So the disciples told him, 'We have seen the Lord.' But he said to them, 'Unless I see the nail marks in his hands, and put my finger where the nails were, and put my hand into his side, I will not believe.' A week later, his disciples were in the house again, and Thomas this time was with them. Though the doors were locked, Jesus came and stood among them, and he said, 'Peace be with you.' Then he looked at Thomas and he said, 'Put your finger here. See my hands. Reach out with your hand and put it in my side. Stop doubting and believe.' Thomas said to him, 'My Lord and my God.' Then Jesus told him, 'Because you have seen me, you have believed. Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed.'" You guys may have heard of Thomas before. You may have heard his nickname that he's often referred by. He's often referred to as Doubting Thomas because of this situation. He had doubts about whether or not the story of Jesus' resurrection was true. Thomas had seen Jesus do many, many miracles. He had been with Jesus when he rose the dead, but Thomas, he refused to believe what he could not see. All of that changed when Jesus returned. Thomas didn't need to feel the scars in Jesus' hands. His doubt transformed into faith the minute that he saw Jesus. God too can transform our doubts as well. If we're willing to look for Jesus, even when we doubt, we'll find him and we will be transformed. I was trying to think of a good way to illustrate this to you guys, and I found this and I came up with this. Have you guys ever heard of Transformer toys before? They're these really cool toys. They can turn from like this robot guy and they can turn into planes or cars or animals. There's lots and lots of different kinds of Transformers. But the thing is that not every Transformer is easy to transform. In fact, some of them are pretty difficult, with many, many steps to transform them from one mode to the other. When I was little, I would get frustrated and I would give up because I couldn't do it. I began to even doubt if it was possible for me to transform my figure or if the figure could be transformed at all. But all it took for me was watching my older brother transform his Transformer a few times, and that doubt that I had began to give way to faith that it could be done. God knows that there are times that we have doubts about him. We worship a God that we can't see, a God that we can't hear, and we can't touch. But God is not worried about our doubts. In fact, he welcomes them. When we take our doubts to God, he'll respond to them. He'll answer our prayers, and he'll let us know that he's real. Like Thomas, our doubt can be transformed into a greater faith. Everyone has doubts about God from time to time. That's not a bad thing. That's just kind of the way that it is. I've had doubts. Roger's had doubts. All of your leaders have had doubts before. That's just how it goes. Like I said, we worship a God that we can't see. We can't touch him. And we can't hear him in our ears. It's only natural that you would have doubts. That there's someone up in heaven listening to your prayers, who loves us and he cares for us. Especially right now, right? During a pandemic, people doubt when someone they love gets sick. They wonder where God is, why he hasn't healed that sickness. I even have been having doubts in this regard. A family that I know and I care so much about, they have had positive case after positive case of COVID pop up in their family over the last couple of weeks. They've had to quarantine for week upon week upon week, and they were starting to get worried. Would this ever end? It made me wonder and doubt about God, why he would put them through this hardship. Why would he not cure this sickness and make it so they didn't have to go through all of the struggles that they have been going through? Other things that people may be doubting, or other things that may make people doubt. They may feel unloved or alone. They doubt God because they feel like there's no one else around them to love them or to be their friend and to be with them. People doubt the miracles of the Bible because they seem so unreal. Peter getting out of the boat and walking across the water to meet Jesus. People even doubt that Jesus is coming back. God, he isn't upset though when we doubt him. He's sad, yes, as he deeply desires a relationship with us. But he isn't mad or worried about our doubts. God wants to be in a deep relationship with us. So much so that when we have our doubts, God sees them as an opportunity to grow our faith. When we give our doubts to God, when we seek him with all of our hearts, he shows up. Now, he probably won't walk through the door and let us touch the scars in our hands as he did for Thomas, but he will let us know that he's there. And he will transform our doubts into faith. We need to be present and watch for ways that Jesus reaches out for us and shows himself to us. Jesus promised to us that when we seek him with all of our hearts, we will find him. Don't let doubt discourage you from seeking God. Use that doubt to ask questions, to pray harder, to look with all your heart. Jesus will already be there, and he'll be ready to comfort you and to give you faith. Be transformed by Jesus. Be transformed because you doubt. Be transformed by letting God turn your doubts into faith. All right, guys. Enjoy your small group time and have a really good discussion. I will see you later.